Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'll give everyone a moment to come in. Am I live? Let me see. Uh, I guess I am live. Let me see. Hello, just lovely me. How are you, sis? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm gonna wait a moment. Let me see what's good. I'm doing well. We definitely got to get together. I have not forgotten about you. Hi, Mary. Gwen, what's up, sis? Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Let me put my little banner up. Got to make sure I get my support because nowadays it's a problem when you encourage your supporters to support you in the work that you do. Take your time. I noticed a lot has started going on. Absolutely, sis. And I just want to apologize to everyone in advance. I was diagnosed with COVID about, 5, 6 days ago. So I am healing from that. So if you hear a shortness in my breath or breathing a little funny, as well as me clearing my throat, that is the reason. Okay. But we're going to get through this. We're here. Tit for tat. Ashley D. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, beautiful to you. Thanks for the prayers. Just lovely me. I guess I'll wait for a few more people to get in here and then I will get started. Lizzie in the building. I don't know if everyone else is watching the carnival right now. So we might have just a short group for now, but it's okay. As long as this gets out, I'm sure people like being entertained, whether it's the truth or a lie. So one way or another, they'll work their way over here to hear the video. So most importantly, it's important that this gets out. And once this is out, after that, it doesn't even really matter to me. I appreciate everyone for coming once again to hear me say what's on my mind. And unfortunately, yesterday was supposed to be the last, the day before, and so on. But here we are. I'm going to keep it cute. This is not a negative video. This is not a dragging video. This is called Keeping It Real through my eyes, or should I say. Tit for tat, you should be resting, Ashley. I appreciate that, sis. I really do. And probably tomorrow, I'm not going to lie and say today, but probably tomorrow, I will definitely be getting some rest. And it seems like since I've been home, it's been a lot of stuff that's going on and that has occurred. So it's hard to kind of rest when you have to keep speaking in your defense. I'm trying to wait for a few more people to come in here. I don't know if this is just the amount that's going to be here for now. I hate to get started and then I have to say it again, or they come in the middle of it so they really don't know what's going on. But hi, Ashley D in chat. Hey, Gina. Good afternoon, sis. Evening's not here quite yet. Let me see. Okay, so I am just going to get started. I think we've been in here long enough. Let me see how long we've been in here. We've been in here 5 minutes. I don't know if I should wait another minute or just go from there. But I want to address a couple of things since it's a big elephant in the room, should I say, or there's things that has been spoken on, but the story has not been told correctly. So you have Ashley D to clear up a couple of things in my defense. And not because I have to, but because I feel it necessary to. And everything I state is not allegedly, it's a fact as well as my opinion and observation. And please do your girl a favor. Thank you, Tit for Tat. Hit that like and share and subscribe. Absolutely. While you're in here. Okay? And yes, you will hear papers because I've taken down a couple of notes. I feel as though it's necessary. Because I didn't want to forget something that I felt was very important to speak on in this situation and be done with it. I thought we were done with it 5 months ago, but here we are today, okay? I'm just going to start off by saying this whole thing has been blown out of proportion due to Nate. Nate told a few people that she has spoken with Sweetie Pie, okay? And I'll just say her name. I guess she said mine. What the heck? Sweetma. And Nate has not told me that personally, but she has told Anya that personally. She's told Retta that personally. She's told Amber, and Anya's told Kevin. Okay, so that's 4 people, right? 4, no, and Ashley. Let me get it straight. And Don. Wow. So that's quite a few people. We have Ashley's been told that. We have Don has been told that. We have Amber that's been told that. We have Retta that's been told that. And we have Anya that's been told to Kevin. So in total, that's 5 if we're going to count Anya. You get what I'm saying? That's who she told. And it seems like that's the person that's missing from this storyline. That's the person whose name has not been brought up one single time. Like Amora is the one who said she spoke to you, as well as 2 other women, such as me and Retta, right? And she also said she spoke to women and people missed it. But she said it had nothing to do with this storyline. And she was correct about that. Early on, Retta made it perfectly crystal clear when she spoke to Amora and what it was about. I made a video explaining my situation as well as the people that I'm cool with. Behind the scenes, they knew that I spoke with this woman. They knew that I saw her on a live, and Amber Num at the time, who I was not speaking to, who I was beefing with, said some things that were very hurtful to Amora. And for the first time, I saw the devil that wears Prada be hurt, be sad, be angry. And I never saw her in that vulnerable state. When I was going through being alone over here, and a few people that I'm cool with to this day, the ones that continue to check on me and reach out to me, those people knew that I felt sorry for this woman. And I shouldn't have, because I'm cool with a person that she continues to drag. And I should have never allowed my emotions and feeling bad for someone to cross the line of my loyalty when it came to even reaching out to this person, feeling bad for them. I should have felt bad from a distance, right? But I chose to reach out and check on her. And it only was because maybe she kind of had her way of manipulating and wheeling people in. When I was covering the La Truth story, at one point I had so many supporters. I had so many people that were backing me up, that were laughing in the chats when we did the roasting, laughing at Sierra. They were here and they were in support of me. So I thought. The second Sweetma told those supporters to unsubscribe to me. Don't deal with me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. They did just that. They not only unsubscribed to me, but they continued to bash me along the way. After video I put out that had nothing to do with her, they still continue to bash me. From my community to everything, back and forth, right? Even so much so that Amora started to pick up on and notice that. And what did she do? She said, Ashley D, you're funny as heck. You don't need to even speak on a La Truth saga. You need to leave it alone. You're over there by yourself. You're fighting alone. Nobody supports you over there. They're not backing you up over there. And she was right. I can admit she was right when she said that. I had nobody watching my lives. I had nobody supporting my channel. And Sweetma had hundreds of people unsubscribed to me. And I'm going to touch on something that Lampo said that was not accurate. And hopefully it gets cleared up after today. Okay? I'm sorry that happened to you. Sis, it was terrible. It was very terrible. And I'll speak on that and go in depth with that a little bit more. But I'm going to get clear the part of Amora situation first, okay? But I appreciate you feeling sorry for me. That was the worst time in my YouTube career I could possibly explain, okay? And Brandy says, thank you for joining. It's nice to see you. I appreciate your love, your support. Everyone that's coming in, please hit the like button and just know I'll shout you out in the end. I'm grateful that you're here and you're hearing my side. I appreciate it. Excuse my voice, my breathing and everything. It's kind of raspy and off today. But now, so Amora saw that I did not have support of the LaTruths. One more shout out I gotta say. What it do, Brother Jared? Media 101. Hey. I'm just giving my truth, and I hope everyone is here to take it in and listen. Now, Amora told me that she noticed that the people was not supporting me, and they weren't. Everyone left me after me and Sweetma situation. And the same people, TC Chronicle, that's sitting over there looking like a roach, a bug, a fly, eyes popping out of her head. And I'm not going to do a roast because you itself is just, I don't even have to go there. I'm going to try to keep it cute and classy. But you made a joke earlier saying, not that Ashley with a cigarette throat voice or something like that. And you should never crack on anybody. Like, you look like a bug. Like, nothing about you, maybe your elbows or something like that is cute. But how dare you try to come for me? Don't come for me, TC, unless I send for you. Because you claim to not be biased, and I'll go off into you in a minute. But Amora noticed that they weren't messing with me. Nobody was liking my content. Nobody was supporting me. And this was the time I was beefed out with Amber as well as Sweetma, okay? And she was telling me, you need to just move on and speak on something else. You don't have the support. I had support behind the scene, but it wasn't enough from those few supporters to contribute to the La Truth saga in a situation. My videos were not liked, they were not shared, the lives were not being watched, okay? And me and Amber was beefed out. When she said that in several videos to me, and the day I saw her leave her live, get off her live and cry, the God in me said, let me check on this lady that has been saying things that are nice to me, that it has encouraged me to get away from this and speak on different things. You're not being supported by your La Truth supporters no more. Catch a different audience and they will come. It will take time, but they will come. That was some nice advice, right? And that was real and it came off genuine. So I felt like it was only necessary for me, the God in me, to return that favor and check on her. Okay. I checked on her just like she subliminally threw it out there and checked on me. And I told her that I appreciate the fact that she's cheering me on and she acknowledged me being funny. And she encouraged me to do other things. Now, at that time, I'm not thinking she's trying to get me off the La Truth story. And honestly, I don't even think that was her motive. I think that she saw me continuing to speak on this and I wasn't being supported. What was the point? That's what she felt like so. But, I still had my real people supporting me. And I should have left it at that. But anyhow, I checked on the lady and I told her I understand how she feels. I'm going through a place in my life where I'm switching my content. Amber cannot be talked to. Amber goes on, and there's no point of reasoning with her. You can't reason with people like that. And I gave my side in the midst of me and Amber beefing. And I went off, and I was just telling her to stop going over there. She looks stupid. Let it go. Why are you trying to talk to Amber? It's not going to work. And that was like the third time she's went over there and tried to reason with Amber. And I told her it was pointless because it was. They wasn't trying to hear her. They were done. And now I understand why. And then I told her to change her platform, leave it alone, stop basing it off of the same stuff she's telling me to walk away from. Speak on something different. You're very emotional now when you talk about this story. And it's not because I watch her. It's because people sent me bits and pieces of things when she spoke on me. And so I will go from there. Sometimes I'm not like other content creators. When people send me stuff, I don't just go off of that. I go back to that minute drop. They send it to me and I'll watch a little bit more of that so I can be sure exactly what that person said. So I don't go off of emotions. Maybe you're sending me something where at the end somebody is having an opinion about something they disagree with me on. And that's their right because everybody's not going to agree. But maybe before that, they said some positive things about me. So I go back and I watch it a little more. And that's when I saw that she said a couple of good things as well. And she was fed up about the story and she was over it and she wanted to change it. And in my heart, I felt like Anya was the one behind the scenes sending them things, trying to tell them to keep going and keep it up when she really wanted to change. So I thought. So I gave her advice and I spoke on, of course, me and Amber's situation as well as Sweetma's situation because you can't share this story and speak on one thing when this story broke me and it went from the support I had from the La Truth to not having any support at all from my loyal supporters. So I thought, without bringing up the situation with Sweetma and how my channel took a big toll off of that. And now it's turning into people are saying people having outside conversations and things are being flipped around when in reality, the only outside conversation that was brought up was about things that were taking place in that moment with Amber, and the reason for me changing my channel, which was Sweetma, and what she did to me and how I felt in that moment and how I got to this place of peace, trying to move forward and let go, and being very hurt by these two females that I publicly got into it with online, right? It stayed strictly about the channel and that. It didn't go into their private lives. It didn't go into anything personal about them, who they're dating and who they are and things like that. It stayed solely based on my channel and what happened and what transpired between us and how hurt I was. That's all that conversation was based off of. And everyone that I talked to behind the scenes, they knew about that. And guess what? Once it was revealed that I have conversations with her that were private, I directly went to her inbox because I did not have her phone number. It was a voice thing. And if I felt like it was something to hide, guess what? I wouldn't have said it. Those were my true feelings, and I said it on there. And I didn't have a problem with that. I know people record, I know this and that, and I said it. I was in the moment of expressing how I felt, and I put it on there. But when I heard that it was leaked or it got out that I was speaking with her, when it was only just to encourage this lady to move on. It was to encourage her to stop going on other people's panels trying to make peace. It was to encourage her to leave this storyline alone and go forward and let it go. Let it go. You're dragging this man's brother all the time, and it's pointless. Move on from it. So the point of it was, my whole situation was not of me having private conversations with this woman outside of this story. That's what the whole thing was. And for it to be brought up and she doesn't understand why, okay? It's a difference between having a conversation with someone privately and they're saying that you're plotting on someone. My people knew I had this conversation with this woman based off of the channel and moving forward and my feelings about these two women. My people knew about that. And when it was out that I was talking to her, I directly text this woman. And I will put the text in my community and I have to try to block out the words. But I asked her, why is it this said that I was talking to you? When the only thing we talked about was me encouraging you or something like that to move on, don't talk to them and go on with their life. You can't reason with them, and checking on you. Why is that switched around to us having outside conversations? And she said, give me a call. And she left her phone number. And my people that truly, genuinely care about me, I told them what happened. And they said, do not call. And that's exactly what I did. I did not call. I felt like when my name was thrown around and it was said that we was even having a conversation, that would look iffy. Shout out, sorry, I'll shout out everyone in a second for the cash apps. I appreciate the generous donations, but I'll keep going. Can everyone hear me? Hit the one real quick and I'll keep going with what I'm speaking on. But thank you for that. And everyone coming in, hit the like for your girl. It's everyone with me right now. Hit the one. You hear me? Because I want to continue this story. It only takes a second to hit the one in that chat. Let's hit it. Okay. So when I felt as though my name was mentioned in a malicious way of a manner of me being a snake and me having outside conversations with someone that I only checked on, that I only encouraged to do other content and to let this story go and express to her how I felt about what took place between me and these two ladies, and especially the one that she went on the panel and she tried to talk to several times. And I told her it wasn't going to work. You can't reason, just let it go. And I spoke how I felt about these two. That was it. Okay. And when I saw that it gotten out that I was talking to her, that was that. I no longer communicated. I no longer had anything else to say because that conversation was pointless to even be mentioned why I spoke to her when that wasn't the case. Okay. The difference between me, the difference between Retta, and I will even say Amber. When we spoke to this lady and you say we don't have anything to back it up, everything we say, I'll post mine in the community, but it's not anything that serious because it's a voice note expressing my opinion about these two and what took place and how I came to the decision of moving forward and how I felt. I didn't post that because it wasn't about anything. But I will post the last community thing that I said and try to blank out her phone number, okay? I'm not computer savvy, but I'm going to figure stuff out. I could post in the community. Now, okay, I got the one. But anyways, now, moving past that, the difference between us is we admitted that we had conversations with this person or early on. We all admitted that. We've made videos, we've posted things, some of us, and we said what we said. We didn't shy away from that. We owned up to talking to her. That's the difference between us, and that's the difference between you. You never admit to talking to anyone, not in a malicious way, not in no way whatsoever. You always just leave it as though I didn't do it, and that's that. So that makes a difference between us and you. Now, you claim that, and this was funny to me. People always seems to bring up my voice notes, okay? I didn't record anyone. I'm going to clear that up for Lampo and Batty Red, who wants to throw my name around loosely. And I'll say Batty Red. Lampo, you just said you're not going to record anyone. For one, my text messages were released from my private phone number. Everyone seems to be forgetting that. Whether the text message wasn't that serious or not, it still was our private conversation that was released first. I did not record her secretly. Those were message notes from Instagram that was released. And I only released those based off of the things and the accusations that she claimed about me. If she never said that video, Ashley D a snake, and she started saying all those things, I would have never released those voice notes, those voice messages. Voice messages are just like text messages, and I never wanted to do voice notes. And to be honest, it's crazy. I'm the one that released the stuff when I know she's the one known for doing that. I prefer to talk on the phone. I don't like texting. I don't like doing voice notes because, yes, they can be used against you and taken the wrong way. But she insisted that we talk that way, right? Because she claimed that she doesn't like everyone having her number. And that's respectable. That's understandable. But when you say I recorded someone and I did it in a malicious way, I only released those to defend myself. It's no different than someone releasing my private phone text messages. What makes it any difference? If you're going to give her grace when it comes to that, you need to give me grace as well. Because I did that to defend myself. And it would have never came to that had she not released mine. Will I ever do that again? No. Is that my character? No. Has she done this before? Yes, to defend herself. So what makes it any different when I've done it? Now, I don't even want to go back to that because that's over and done with. I just had to clear that up because that was spoken on today earlier, and it always has this stigma over me, this dark cloud, as though I recorded some voice messages and then I decided to release them. That's not me. That's never been me. It was me that day, in that moment. That's all. Now, far as TC, you say people need to start holding themselves accountable, right? Okay. You say you tell Sweetma stuff, but you tell her privately, right? If you're telling her things that go on publicly, privately, and she needs to hold herself accountable privately, then why does that matter if she's doing things publicly? If we've all publicly had to hold ourselves accountable for the things we've done one point or another, what makes her any different? Why should you privately hold her accountable when she's done things publicly when she should have apologized about it? And then she used for a prime example the situation with Don, right? She said she owned up to that and she held herself accountable. If we're going to be honest about that, she had no choice but to hold herself accountable for that because she was bagged in a corner. She said it. We heard her say it. Don was on your panel. So there's no reason for you to have lied about that. She was right there in your face. That would look kind of crazy for you to deny something when someone's on your panel and you said it. Not to mention, you apologize for something that you done a week before that to only turn around and these voice things get released now. And the problem I have about everything with this whole situation, Sweetma, we all know Amora is a liar and we don't supposed to believe her, right? So if we don't supposed to believe her during certain things, why should we believe her now when it comes to you? Amora dragged you back in the day. She talked about your teeth. She talked about this Instagram message that you posted calling you you know what out of your name, making jokes, mocking you and things of that nature. She released your house address and things like that. But now it seems as though you guys have passed that and you're on a more friend basis when it comes to you speaking with her. She said there were snakes in the grass. She said several times subliminally, excuse me, that you were on that side, but you didn't want to come clean. She also said that you have a keen eye and she's let up on you lately. And I'm just only saying this to you because you say, we've all spoken to Amora. Why are you highlighted? The difference is, Sweetma, Amora has so many times in so many ways said that she's been working with you or that she knows you or that you really don't want to be on this side or care about this story, but you have to roll with it because you don't want the LaTruth supporters to be mad at you. That's the story she's telling us. So how can we not think that's what it is if that's what the word of mouth is? It's coming straight from her mouth. And it's like you're going around everything, but when it comes to addressing Amora, you have no smoke for her. You have nothing to say to her. You're mad at Retta for saying that Amora told her that. Amber, Ashley, Brianna now is a liar. You chastise the fact that Brianna told Mr. Wesley that. But if everybody's saying Amora said that, why don't you have that energy for Amora if she's the one who said it? 5, 6 people not lying on this woman. They said she's personally said it out of her mouth, as well as Don. But instead of getting mad at Amora, even on the post, you went in on Don like you're doing now. So it makes people that do have a keen eye start to kind of look at things a little sideways, especially when we have already admitted that we talked to the woman. We've put videos out. We've made it crystal clear, and we said the reason why. She even said in the beginning it wasn't about that, the story. She even said yesterday when she continued to ramble on about Retta that it had nothing to do with the true story. But everybody chose to run with that, and decide to call her a snake. And that wasn't cause for her, especially when she said she came clean about it. And the funny thing was to me, when I was having a conversation with her about how I felt about certain things, when it came to you, I, and Amber, she never really kind of responded back when it came to you. She never really had that smoke and that energy. The same person that's telling me to move on and, don't keep up with this story, let it go. And at one point, she didn't like you. But that response was just kind of like, had me taken aback, because it wasn't the response I thought Amora, let's talk about it, would say. It was kind of mediocre, nonchalant. That was weird. But back to the energy in the smoke. The energy for us saying what this person said, your energy is not valid towards the wrong people, and it should be reciprocated towards the person who said it, not the messenger, the person who said the message, not the person who received the message. Now, back to TC, okay? TC, you always said you held this woman accountable for certain things privately. But how can she ever know she's doing something wrong? And how can someone that's held at a higher caliber, someone that's a big content creator, an influencer, whatever you want to call it, people look up to, people are slitting their wrists when they think they've wronged her for not letting her know? Those same people are looking to her for her to hold herself accountable sometimes. And it always get twisted, and it always turn into something else. You said that you could have been a lawyer. You said how sharp and smart you are. Everybody points out how you have a keen eye, sweet mom, and all these great qualities about you as a content creator, right? So you mean to tell me someone as sharp and smart as you are, who continuously, subliminally pointed out certain things that you told us to be aware of, you told everyone to watch out for certain content creators, watch out for people you're talking to, stop talking to people privately, they could release your voice notes, don't trust everyone. You made that crystal clear with every video, every other subliminal. That's what you would tell us. Or I would say everyone else. That's what you would tell people, to be careful who you trust. They might release your information, right? So the same person that has a keen eye, that has the ability and the smarts of being a lawyer, passing a bar, would be so naive. And you said on your live today several times that you have so many loyal friends. You have a lot of friends. People don't think you have them. And you have a lot of supporters who reach out to you on a regular, and you in contact with them, right? So you mean to tell me this person that has all these supporters and all these content creators that are with you, supporting you, would turn around and oops, I did it again after what happened between us, and I released something and I was the villain for doing that? You would turn around, you mean to tell me, and talk to someone that you never met, that you do not know, that you don't know what side they're on. You would turn around and spill information with this stranger. And then your excuse was, I was lonely. I didn't have anyone to talk to. My family don't know about this story. I can't talk to them about it. Well, my family really don't know about this story, sweetheart, and I share information with them still. I keep them updated. You have the ability to be a lawyer, you said. You have so many friends and so many loyal supporters, and we saw that today with you on your panel. It's always so many people on your panel in support of you. So you mean to tell me you can reach out to not one of those people and vent and express how you feel? You would rather reach out to a stranger, someone you did not know, and vent to them. The math is not mathing, sweet ma. I know you're smart enough not to do the oops, I did it again, and get in someone else's messages, or allow someone to secretly record you that you don't know that has a possibility of leaking it, because you tell us every single time, be careful who you allow to, who you talk to, who you allow to have your number, who you come in contact with. You make that crystal clear. So that same person is going to talk to someone that they did not know and vent. No, that don't make sense, sweet mom. And then you said several times, I know who it was. I know who it was. I'm going to come clean. I'm going to release those voice notes with the S. You only released one thing today, and that was the person's voice a little bit. And your people on the panel, they didn't decide to question you or ask you any questions that were valid, that needed to be asked. So at least they could have tried to get down to the bottom of who this person was. Instead, they decided to shift the blame and pin it on someone else that's already trying to be in the hot seat, that everyone's trying to get there. Let's put it on Ashley. Ashley, it's funny how you interrogated Ashley, right? You wanted to pick apart what she said. And I don't want to throw Mixed Styles under the bus, because Mixed Styles has absolutely nothing to do with this. But you still are in contact with Mixed Styles. You said she called you this morning and she said to you, please don't tell me you're going on the other side. And that's when you realized you had to do a live, right? So if you felt comfortable enough to trust Mixed Styles, somebody that was a real close friend, you stressed one of Lion's best loyal friends, right? You trust Mixed Styles enough to still be in contact with her on a personal level frequently. Why isn't Ashley getting that same grace? Why isn't she getting that same understanding? She was the same level as Mixed Styles. Why does she have to be broken down like a villain? Even after Ashley even after Mixed Styles didn't keep her word and come to the panel, you made sure Mixed Styles was good, and that was from the goodness of your heart, and that was great you did that. You made sure Mixed Styles was looked out for. You showed her love, you showed her support, you uplifted her. Your supporters made sure she had cash, and that was right when she left Lyonya. We didn't wait it out like everyone says about Ashley. We didn't wait a few months until the smoke cleared to see whether or not Mixed Styles was going back. Immediately, Mixed Styles receipts was released, and we opened our arms and we showed her grace. Why can't that energy be kept with Ashley? It seems as though all of this is a distraction. Away from what? I don't know. Because if I'm going to be honest, sweet mom, it seems like the second you started putting your videos out, the second you released the video about Lyonya, right? It seems like an audio was released. And then shortly after that, when you went away for a while, you took a break, and then you came back with the watch situation, boom, there goes another audio, right? Nate Dim's on you, Sloop Slaw's on you, The fan page for Brianna's all over you. Everybody's on you. Like white on rice. Everything is out. The private conversation you had is exposed. All because you made a video. And it could be one time and you say, wow, that's a coincidence. But the second time, when the second time a video came out, I felt like it was somebody blackmailing you. But I had to ask myself this question: why is it at the time when she released these important videos that are showing us things when it came to Brianna? What are they upset about? Why are they mysteriously upset and messing with Sweetma? Right? So then I had to ask myself this question now: why all of a sudden, the second you decide to pick apart Ashley, and you know that you're a top person that's been covering a little truth story, so you have a pretty big following, right? You know they are going to believe you're the truth teller, so they're going to take your word. A lot of people don't do their own research and follow up, and that's not just for you, Sweetma. That's for all of us. They expect us to give them the information. They don't feel like they have to go on Onya's page or anyone else's page. They'll just wait for us to make content. So you have a 500 to 1,000 fan base when it comes down to that. These people are loyal to you to the T. And the crazy thing is, can everyone hear me? Hit the one again. I'm making sure we all on the same page. Okay, everyone, let's hit that one. Ash, gonna keep going. Shout out to my mods. I see you. All right. I'll shout y'all out in a minute, okay? Let me have a sip of this Red Bull. Give me 1 second. I'm coming. If anybody want to run and go grab a drink or some refreshments, feel free to do so. Alexa's going live at 6, so I'm going to try to keep this brief, but I'm not done yet, so don't go anywhere. Just go grab yourself something to drink. Because I did write some things down that I want to speak on, and then I'll go from there. Okay. Okay. We got the one. Everybody in here, we good? Okay. Okay. I left, where did I leave off at? Oh. Okay. So now it seems like every time you drop a video about Lyonya, there was things being dropped about you. So it was clear as day that the other side was blackmailing you, or they did not agree with what you was doing, right? The second that the table is flipped, it's flipped all the way over. And it's the second person that's came over here. And now we think about this, okay? Who did we truly allow over here that has turned on us, that has went back to the Beehives? Let's keep it a buck. McStyles is legit. She hasn't went back over there. She's been doing fine, right? So we could tell ourselves showing her grace was necessary. It wasn't anything wrong with that because she didn't flip-flop. So that worked out pretty well. So why now, all of a sudden, Ashley cannot be shown that same grace? Why is that a problem all of a sudden? Nobody snaked us. Nobody flip-flopped. McStyles was welcome. She was a best friend. But Ashley doesn't deserve that. And not only is Ashley being slandered, but now all of a sudden you get these voice notes and you said you knew who it was. I know exactly who it is. I know who did those voice notes, right? Because you being the lawyer, the keen eye, the one who tells her supporters to watch who you're talking to be on your toes. Don't allow someone to do you like Ashley did me. I'm not going to say her name, but shout out to the girl every other video who released my voice notes. And the crazy thing is, what I didn't like and I paid attention to today, because I paid attention, and normally, I'll be honest, I don't watch people's stuff that I do not get along with. I'm not going to fake it and say I do. I have went over there here and there to watch stuff, to watch bits and pieces when something is sent to me. But my supporters knows when it comes to mess now, they don't send me anything. But at one point, like I said, I'm not going to watch a bit of something that someone sends to me and don't go back and rewind it a little bit to see exactly what was said, right? I give everybody the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. But now, you mean to tell me the lawyer with the keen eye slips up and allows someone that she does not know to record her, to have that opportunity, right? She, at one point in time or another, told her supporters, forgive me, I'll be busy if I don't get to your messages, right? If I don't get to your messages, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I get a lot of messages and all of this. She stressed that several times, right? To only turn around today and says she has a lot of support. She speaks with a lot of her loyal supporters on the back end. She spoke to 3 different people when it came to her questioning whether or not she should speak to Nate, right? She spoke to 3 different people. I think it might have been 4. The Bible thumper, that was 1. The freaking roach looking girl, that was 2. Shout out to you, Bug Eyes. I'll slip that one in there since you want to talk about my voice. And the Lampo was 1, and it was the other girl, I forgot her name. It might have been 5 or 6 people. Hey, who knows? But she spoke out. She spoke to several people when she questioned whether or not she should speak to Nate, right? So she had people to talk to. She had all these people to vent to. But you mean to tell me she decided to go speak to someone she did not know? Make it make sense. She could have even talked to fanned out people that were on the panel today, dragging people. She could have spoke to one of them and they would have been glad to be a yes man. They had no problem being a yes man. But she decided to speak to some random person, and she allowed some random person to tell her what she wanted to hear. And out of all people in her inbox that would love to chat it up with her, that are a strong supporter of hers, not to mention the people who claim that we're on a smear campaign to ruin her, right? But she decides to speak to some stranger. It doesn't add up. Make it make sense, people. Are you with me still in the chat? Hit 1. Everybody here still? Have you lost me? And I was not going to say anything, even when it came to her in cahoots with Nate. The people that needed to know what they were supposed to know, they knew, and this was dealt with behind the scenes. Nobody wanted to come forward with her speaking to Nate because that was not our care. But it seems as though when everything was flipped on this Ashley girl, right? Now everyone's on the panel. Yes, yes, that's Ashley's voice. And I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. We're from the same place. She has a thick country accent. She can change it up, but it's clear that other girl tried to change her voice too, but it was not Ashley's voice. But yet people sat on the panel trying to be yes men, trying to accuse this woman of this being her and blaming Amber for masterminding it. You cannot make this up. And then this lady claimed, Sweetma, she claimed that we're all plotting to take her down. We're all masterminding this. We all don't want her working on this story. That doesn't make sense, Sweetma. You come on once a month. You come on once a week. At the end of the day, there are more content creators that do numbers, that have a lot of people in their lives, that come on more frequently. If we had a problem, those would have been the ones that would have been targeted. Why would we care if you come on once a month or a week? Your supporters are your supporters. Your supporters don't even like us. So that right there is a lie. That doesn't make sense. Why would we plot on trying to make you not speak on this story when your supporters does not like us? That's lie number one. Number two, if this story we all know, and Amber has said it a million times, as well as Retta, who was in the retirement home for a while, who's just came back out. I came out of the group home. A lot of us have came back out when things have happened and we started speaking up. We've all stated that this story was vindicated. We all said that it was done. But when things come up, we're going to speak on it for our supporters. So all of us have, when things came up with Lyonya, when the accusations came out, us content creators, we spoke on it. When there were little jokes here and there, when Lyonya was being disrespectful around her daughter, we spoke on it. A lot of our supporters have told us they can't stomach watching a whole live from her. So me being a content creator, I felt it was my job. When my supporters ask me to go live, I don't let them down. If they want me to go live or make a video, I don't care if it's two supporters. If they support me, I'm going to go live or I'm going to do a video because that's what loyalty is. That's what being a loyal content creator is. I do this mostly because I like to, because I like the people that like me. I don't do it for any other gain or motive. And you always say we do it for some type of money grab. But if we're going to be extremely honest, out of all the content creators, and I'm not just talking about the monthly check we get, but I'm talking about when we come online. You've grabbed the most money when you do come online once a week, just through cash apps alone, than we've all have. So how is it a money grab to us? And why does that matter to you whether or not we continue to speak on this? If you're the black sheep and you do not care, and you are the one who wanted to be left out and excluded yourself from this, we didn't push you in a corner. Retta was clearly speaking with you still in your comments, in the videos, even when me and you wasn't talking. You came on my live and everything was supposed to be squashed, but it continues to carry on. And it's not the fact of anyone speaking to Nate behind the scene, but it's the intentions behind it. That's what you're not understanding. Everyone knew we had conversations with the woman, but it didn't go past the conversation, what it was based on. It didn't go past the LaTruth saga. It didn't go past his brother, his sister, or anyone else. They were not spoken on. So that's the difference between you and us. When they say you have spoken with these people, they say the intentions behind it was towards Kevin. And like Anya said that as well. So it's not just one person pointing a finger, sweetheart. It's several different other people. But it came from one person, which is Nate, who you have not yet to this day confronted. But you confronted Ashley. You did a live today. Ashley was up there. Everybody trying to put her voice together. If that wasn't the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, it was terrible. When the focus should have been on what was at hand. The focus should have been holding people accountable, including yourself. Leaders make mistakes sometimes. And we have to hold ourselves accountable and not point out the little times when we have no choice to. See, I held myself accountable when Don came up here. I apologized when I was on that voice note and I said that. You didn't have a choice. You apologized to the woman and then you went behind her back and said something else. Okay. What about the things that has happened before and prior to that? That continues to go on. That you swivel your way out of. Now, with the whole situation that was talked about, now that's under the rug, and now everybody is focused on Ashley being in a group, how she's coming in, and how everyone's just taking her in, and how you're on the outside. What I saw today was 700 people in your life that has been in more than anyone's life that you have been beefing over here with. So first of all, why would it care to you who's in this live, in our lives, and you don't like us? Let's clear that up. The same people that support us do not support you, and some of them want to support both of us. And you always say it's not a problem. But you turn around and the first thing you say to your supporters, why didn't you guys tell me that my name was mentioned? The second my name was mentioned, I'm cutting people off. How can you sit over there and my name be mentioned and you not tell me? You have your supporters running around in circles off of the contradictions that you do and say. We have never told our supporters, besides one time each, when we all was in a moment, not to support one another. But that's one time. Do you really think I'm going to get mad at my supporters and I think it's their job to report to me like I'm a headquarters when my name is being mentioned wrong? Or do they just text me, Sweetma Live, she said something about you? And half of them don't even do that now. You want to walk away from the drama, but yet you allow people to continue to tell you these things and it keeps you on eggshells and you continue to do the things you do and it's blatantly looked over. You say you're the villain. Nobody is letting you in. You're on the outside, but that's where you choose to be. You had 700 and some people supporting you. Right or wrong, they were still there. More people than we've had in our lives. So what is your problem? You say you have a lot of people to talk to. A lot of people that stand in your defense. So why would it be necessary for you to have a conversation with someone that you do not know that doesn't make sense? And another thing, now all of a sudden, the same person that dragged you, the same person, Nate, right? It's the same person that is co-signing for you, and we supposed to believe them. Nate has did 2 lives laughing at our people over here whose side you supposed to be on. And guess what, sweet mind? You threw the curveball. Ashley didn't throw a curveball. You threw that curveball. Ashley was fine and dandy over here. Her live was full. Whether people agree with her or not, they said what they said, and everybody continued to go on with their lives. But guess what? When Sweetma come live, when audio is released about her, here she is questioning Ashley, like Ashley's in the court. She has to put her hand on the Bible, and we're breaking down Ashley live. How did we get there, sweet mom? Why is Ashley all of a sudden now being questioned? Ashley's being questioned when she came on to clear a story that didn't even have anything to do with the truth. It had everything to do with this woman being lied on. But yet we're here. You are breaking down Ashley's lives. You're shining a light on Ashley. The same light that was not shined on Mixed Styles. I'm sorry, Mixed Styles. You have to be the example. And you're upset saying we're not giving Ashley grace. I mean, we're giving Ashley grace, but we're not giving it to you. You have your supporters that are not going anywhere. You have your supporters that have flooded my videos as well as Amber's with hateful comments. Your supporters supported you good or bad. You got upset when Don said, take care of your child. But it was okay for you to tell Kevin to take care of his and get offline so much. And he has 2 wives. And he comes online to show support. The same sentence that Don said was flipped around. And it was not shown the same grace that yours was. Yours was just simply looked at something you said. And then people agreed and nothing was wrong with it. But when Don says it, now you're a bad mom and everything else. I don't understand. Are we living in a twilight zone? Make it make sense. Why is everything okay for you, but it's not okay for any other content creator? Why is it that now all of a sudden the same pages that are supporting Light on you, that were bashing you, that released your audio are the same pages that are high-fiving you, that are now putting out things about Don. They're putting out things about Ashley. Amora finally agrees with you. She thinks that you're right, that Ashley's a liar. She's breaking down your lives. Amora is breaking down your lives, sweet ma. You cannot make this stuff up. What is going on here? What's going on, world? Last week, you were public enemy number 1 in these people's eye. Your head was on a stick, not from us, but apparently from them. You upset them from your videos going in on Light on you. It wasn't me. It wasn't Amber. It wasn't Retta. It was you. And we're all the same people who had a conversation with this lady, right? But it was for some reason you, public enemy number 1, and now it's switched to creating a curveball to making this all for some reason because Ashley came over here. Ashley's been over here. Ashley came back before you. And now she decides to make a page that everybody keeps talking about that has nothing to do with Lyonya, based off of her life, based off of working out, based off of eating healthy. But everyone has a problem with this woman trying to redeem herself. You cannot make this stuff up. But all of a sudden, the same pages that posted your audio, the fake pages, now they're saying you're the realest one over here. You're the only one over here that speaks facts. You're the only one over here that holds people accountable. Really? How is that true? How is she holding people accountable when she can't hold her own self accountable? A matter of fact, she does hold people accountable, but not the right people and for the wrong stuff. And back to you, TC Chronicle. You say you've always supported everyone and you were real to everyone, right? But that loyalty is only extended on your behalf when they're a true Sweetma supporter. If they're in a disagreement with Sweetma and they're no longer dealing with one another, your membership automatically goes away. Your subscribe automatically goes back. And all those comments that you flood people's pages with, they're no longer there anymore. Your support and loyalty lies with Sweetma, and you make that very crystal clear. So don't get on here and try to act like you support everyone. You like who you like. Because you like me all of a sudden, and now you don't. And you disliked me. And I'm okay with that because I don't care for you either. But you disliked me right after me and Sweetma had a disagreement. So be honest with yourself. You're a Sweetma fan. You're fanned out. And the only reason you support everyone the way you do, just like a bug or a roach, you find that person who truly rocks with her or you think, and then you continue to watch them daily. You continue to zoom on them with your loyalty and support. If they're in disagreements with Sweetma, you won't be over there. But when they love her, you're just like a roach. You're going to eat off of her. You're going to go over there. You're going to love bomb that person because maybe she's busy in that moment. So here you are on that person's page, love bombing them. You're amazing. You're great. We rock with you. Here's a super chat. Here's a cash app. Girl, go on somewhere with that. Let's keep it real today. Is we going to be real in here? I'm going to pause on what I'm saying and I'm going to read a couple comments and then I'm going to get back to where I was. Okay? Let me see. Everyone can hear me? Say yes. Cuz I just been talking, you guys. I haven't been pausing in between and I see we have quite a few more people in here. Um Let me go up. Hey Ash, Boo and chat. We got Retta. We got Danielle. We got Media. We got Latoya. Sweet Sour is the real sheep. We got Brandy Davis. You can't apologize to someone and then go talk about them. Facts, facts. Yes. Just lovely me. I'm getting back, y'all. I'm just saying we gonna have fake church in here. Is that what we doing right now? And the difference is, you guys, we all have talked some bad S about people. All us content creators admit that. When we all was into it, we said some mean, crazy stuff about each other. That was bad. But if we all choose to forgive each other and go forward and move on from that, why should that matter to you? Why do you have to keep pointing out people deceased loved ones were spoken on or people did this and did that? We know what we did. We know we said some mean things to one another. If that don't bother us, why should that bother you? Retta was still supporting you. She still was liking your videos, but you still said some bad stuff about her. So why did you say that? You even said stuff about Kevin and I. In the video, you clearly stated that, well, I don't mean it like that and that, not that type of way, but you turn around on the video and that's the way you meant it. So make it make sense. You contradict yourself a lot. And I came on this live today by myself. You know why? Because you always say everybody needs a crowd. I come up here by myself, but it's clear as day. Every time you go live, you need a crowd. It's clear as day. You was looking for Lampo as soon as you went live, sweetheart. Lampo, are you in here? You kept looking for her to bring her up. But you always try to make it seem like we need some type of clutch. It's not us needing a clutch. But if our names is mentioned, and if we choose to do it on one live, then what problem is that of yours? Why should that matter to you? We have all moved on past the past, but you're the one still holding on to it. I'm not done yet, y'all. Alexis, I got 15 minutes, right? I would say I'm just getting started, but let me hurry up and get to the things I need to get to that I feel are very important to make sure I address. because no one is saying this stuff. This has to be said. Everybody is dancing around this. And the only reason I tap danced around it because I don't want to seem like I'm being messy. I'm provoking people. And you sat on your panel today and you pretended as though you've been a victim this whole time. You are a victim of your own circumstances, sweet mom. You're not a victim of anything. You have loyal supporters. When we get into it with you, we lose everything. And you sat there and you said, and by the way, Ebony, I don't like the fact you interrupted D Ham. When he was saying Ashley D had 4 people in her chat, and I sat over there with her, Kevin and I, and shout out to you men for remaining men and being honest and truthful and pointing things out, even with me when I'm wrong, and continuing to rock with the truth. You interrupted him and said you're being bullied. And that's how things get started, you guys. Ebony, you kept interrupting this man. I don't know if you were feeling yourself because you was on Sweet Mom's panel and you're on her good side because everybody knows. And a few people came over here, Sweet Mom. When you get upset with people or they ask you a question in your comment section, you will block them if they're not asking a question you like. Sweet Mom, what is wrong with you? Why do you do that? Why do you always have to be right? Yes, you're in your ego. Yes, you feeling yourself. Yes, you put yourself on a high pedestal, Sweet Mom. And if the people around you not praising you and putting you there, you don't deal with them like that. You only rock with people that love on you, even when you're wrong and they don't hold you accountable or they don't tell you the truth. You call yourself a truth teller while you continue to manipulate and lie to your people. And that's not cool. You sat on that panel, Sweet Mom, and you know as well as I know that I did not have any dang on recordings. You know that. But you let Lampo continue to proceed to tell everyone that I recorded you, like I was secretly doing that. Instead of you correcting her and saying, no, Lampo, she didn't secretly record me. It was just on Messenger. It was us going back and forth. You could have told the truth from that, but you allowed your 700 and some people to think I secretly recorded you when that was a lie, and you know that. And that could have been corrected that easily, but you allow her to continue to say that. That's how fake messages get spreaded. That's how fake rumors get started. That's how lies continue to circulate when people don't shut them down right away. Much as I don't care for you, based off of your actions and the things that has taken place lately, when it's something, even behind the scenes, or it's something not right or not you, I still say, no, I don't think that. Well, no, it didn't go that way. Because that's the God in me. That's the honesty in me. That's the realness in me. I'm not going to continue to allow people to think one way when I know it wasn't the truth. You know, we was on Messenger, on Instagram, voice talking back to one another. That's what we was doing. You know that, but you let Lampos act like I was the damn dang on FBI and record you. That's a lie. That's a lie. And Ebony, you interrupted him and you said you were getting bullied while he was speaking on me. I think you should have waited your turn, and I think you should have cleared that up and been more specific. Because for you to interrupt him while he's saying my name in the middle of a story, that could have got twisted around as well. And I think that was very rude for you to keep interrupting that man and did not let him finish his story. But it's funny to me how you sat on your panel, Sweet Ma, and you act like you feel left out, you feel like you're bullied, and you feel like everyone is against you. But you have 700 people cheering you on. You have TC Chronicles who decided to make a whole live this week, the third one, based off of you being bullied. And I try to ask myself, what is wrong with this woman? She seems like a very intelligent woman. Her panel seems like she has sophisticated women on there. So why in her mind do she think it's appropriate and okay for her to put out a message to other content creators as well as subscribers, as well as loyal supporters, to say that Sweetma is being bullied when I don't know how she's being bullied in any shape or form. She's on the panel with 6, 7 women today, and she's calling out our names. And it's just 3 of us on the panel. And whenever we speak on her, we're speaking on something that has taken place, something that she has done, that has came to the center, the front and center, something that has been exposed from the other side, not us. And then we feel like addressing it all together because we didn't want to go Red on her panel, Amber on hers, and then I'm on mine. We said, okay, we'll just address it on your panel. And when we do that, here we are becoming bullies because we're speaking up. Here we are being bullies because we have an opinion about what someone said about us privately. Here we are being bullies because this is day 2. And we feel like we want to speak on it because it's our prerogative. But when we do, oh God forbid, we're bullying and antagonizing this woman. Make it make sense, people. But it's just 3 of us. But she could sit on a panel with 7 women today, voice her opinion, say what she got to say about us. But we're the bullies. You cannot make this stuff up. Thank you. Thank you, Alexis. She going live at 7:30 Eastern time. So I can keep going. Okay. I'm going to read a few comments before I keep going. But what I got to say, if y'all with me in this comment section, please give your sister a thumbs up. 3G, she has sheep and wolf clothing. But one thing about God, he know everybody's heart, and sour sweet day is coming. Karma gonna get you. Excuse me. And it's working on her now. She doesn't. And it's the thing, you guys. Nobody went on a smear campaign to smear this woman. That's not our intentions, and that's not what we was trying to do. But if our name is being dragged or being put out in a malicious way, when we've all clearly months ago covered the reason behind us talking to Amora and why we did it. But this same content creator has yet to come forward. To not mention she's speaking to her now one time when 5 people have said it came from this one woman, right? This one woman has subliminally said it several times in her videos. But this one woman can't admit anything. But yet we stood on our shit. Just like we stood on it the day that I was in my live, the same woman brought up that I was going to use my sister. She tells her supporters what's going to happen. So when you do it, it makes it look like it's not genuine or real. She's going to tell you something about her sister, and she's only doing that just to make you feel bad. That's what she's going to do next. So that lets me know that you're calculated. You knew why I took the sleep meds, and you knew I was going to tell them why. So that's why my sister had to be used. So not only you manipulated your people, but you've lied to them and told them that I was going to use that. You prepared them. That clearly lets you know she know why I was belligerent. She know why I was not myself. So if you could explain away for some odd reason out of all things, I'm going to use my sister, then that clearly lets me know, and it should let everyone else knows that she knew why I was that way, but she chose to put that story out and look so everyone could look at me in that light and prepare you guys for when I explained away why that was the reason behind it. Make it make sense, people. The same lady that she was beefed out with for a whole year and 5 months, that released the address, that dragged her. It's the same lady she refused to utter her name and hold her accountable, just like the woman that she cannot tell me, she do not know who she was talking to. That's still a mystery, but she told us all she know exactly who she was talking to, and she would release the messages with the S. But it turned into that simple message from that one person. How did you get one message from one person? And all of a sudden, mysteriously, this person deleted everything, but you only have that one message left? Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Just because you support someone and you rock with them, that does not mean you're blinded to the facts or you don't know the truth, even when it's in your face. She has one message, but all of us saw all the other messages that was clearly online. You cannot make this stuff up. Even if you have one message, at least expose who that person was. Why are you holding back on that? Why now all of a sudden Amora is doing your videos? The curveball was you spinning it off. You shifted this on Ashley. So now the light is shined on her. So now, instead of people thinking about why you was talking in cahoots with someone apparently from the other side, you felt comfortable enough to say those things to the point of now Amora is reacting to your videos every day. And Amora saying you're the only real one over here. You cannot make this stuff up, people. You're the real one? The only one over here all of a sudden to them? But you were the enemy. But we're the ones plotting on you? Because now our name, it seems like to cover your name, it's being slandered around like we was having secret conversations besides the innocent conversation that probably should have never taken place, but it did. Do I regret my heart? No. Do I regret that this person will try to use that against me? Yes. But the thing is, this lady reacts to your videos now. Now, all of a sudden, they're speaking on Mr. LaTruth's sister. And they're pointing out things about her that you said. And the crazy thing is, everything went back to Ashley's guilty, don't trust Don. How did we get here? And why are you really beefing with Mr. LaTruth's sister when in reality you wronged her? But you want to say you take accountability. If you took accountability when you apologized to Don, whether Don felt how she felt afterwards and she said what she said, she had that right to. She had that reason to not trust you after that. She had that reason to feel some sort of way. Why would you take that from her? Why can't she feel some sort of way about you, but you can clearly express that to everybody else when you feel some sort of way, including your friends? I felt some sort of way. That's your word, right? But nobody is entitled to feel anything when it comes to you. That's not cool. I'm going to read a comment and then I'm going to continue on. Um, if you have a comment you would like read, drop it now because the show must go on. And it's not a show. I'm not going to say it like that. I need to continue on doing what I'm doing. Speaking of, Sweet and Sour don't understand. That's why she lost everything she had, what little she had, and she doesn't understand why she is going through what she's going through. It's karma working on her. Facts. And throughout this whole thing, It's like when the light shined on you, now all of a sudden it's being flipped back on. Well, this content creator talked to her. That one talked to her several times. No, I talked to her on the voice recordings a couple of times. And I expressed how I felt about the situation that took place between me and you and Amber because I didn't have anybody watching my lives anymore. I was still keeping up with the loose truth story, and she knew that. And she knew at that time I felt alone. So I guess that was the perfect opportunity for her to probably try to play on my top and wheel me in and think that I would turn on Mr. LaTruth and tell her some stuff I didn't know. Which I don't even think, you know what? I'm not even going to say that because she was kind of dry when I expressed to her the reason behind me changing it and how I felt when it came to our situation. And now I know why. She didn't express anything about you. And now that I think back on it, I feel like she didn't want to speak on you. I felt like maybe she held back because some underlying stuff that possibly could have been going on and she didn't want to be fake. But that was very odd to me. That was odd to me that things were released about you. And now you are the realest one all of a sudden. That's odd to me too. Is it odd to anyone else out there? And you say that you don't have loyalty, you don't get that love, and you feel like a villain. I have 120 people in my live tonight. You had 700 and some people showing support to you. You had 7 ladies on the panel, and I'm up here by myself. I'm holding my own right now. Only on the strength of you saying we can't stand alone when you know that's a lie. I stood over here day in and day out, continuing to go live, continuing to speak my mind, continuing to push a positive message out, even when it was no one in here listening. So don't ever say we can't stand alone. We all went through that storm alone. But the difference between you and us is we owned up to we owned up to it. We took accountability for it. We didn't shine the light on someone else when it was time for us to admit our faults. We didn't turn around and say, Ashley, that sounds like your voice. Out of all people now, not only you don't know who this person is, but we're going to blame Ashley because she knows how to change her voice. Come on, this has gotten crazy. This is crazy. This story has gotten way out of hand. This ball has been kicked in the wrong direction. I don't understand this. And people are buying what you're selling. So apparently you're a good salesperson. You do that well. You do a good job at what you do. And I'll admit that. You're good at what you do. Because no way that this should have gotten past anyone. No way that people didn't sit for a second and think, why is Nate playing your lives now? Why is Nate cheering you on? Why is Nate agreeing with you? But not even 2 weeks ago, she hated you. She despised you. She has dragged you repeatedly, as well as the fake page. But now your lives are being played and broken down. And not only thanks to you, that this girl, Ashley, who's clearly not innocent of everything, but guilty by association, is being dragged on that side, right? She's being dragged on that side. But she's being dragged on this side now thanks to you. She's being dragged on both sides. And it's sad that you want grace and mercy, but you seem to forget that this person that has been going through this constant humiliation from this other side, being talked about like a dog, personal things from her anxiety and what she suffers through has been released. Something that you speak on very highly and you advocate for: depression. You talk about how you're depressed and what you go through, but you seem to forget and think about for a second what Ashley G is possibly going through, because people over there have been dragging her and speaking on her and the things she does when her anxiety is bothering her. But now, thanks to you, people over here are consistently, continuously dragging her and questioning her credibility. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? Why would the truth teller, without knowing the whole truth, decide to throw a curveball? Out of all the times in the world to throw a curveball, you decide to throw it at the time where Ashley's trying to clean herself up, clear her image, finally deciding to step forward. But she can't tell the whole truth because of legal actions, and we respect that. But what I respected more than anything is the fact she decided to come forward. And I know that took a lot of encouragement. That took a lot of effort. That took a lot of strength to come forward after being dragged the way she was by someone she trusted. And if anybody can relate to that, let you tell it, it's you. So why on God's green earth you feel as though it's necessary when you have a platform that is based on telling the truth? And you're one of those people that struggle with the same thing that Ashley struggles from, right? Turn around and think it's okay at a time when Ashley will need to be encouraged, uplifted the most. Think that it's okay for you to have this side dragging and questioning her credibility, when more than anything, the person that you can relate to when it comes to certain things, instead of you uplifting her, reaching out and encouraging her, the same energy you have for mixed styles, it's the same energy you should have kept for Ashley. And if you felt like she was not right, you should have sat back and waited and assessed the situation before you jump fully in with the dogs. That's how you handle a situation, truth teller. You get down to the bottom of things. But you decided to allow Ashley, encourage it, for her to be dragged. And that's not right. You have a platform of 43,000 people, the biggest platform with the people covering this story. And for some reason, you have planted in their mind that this is a smear campaign against you. This story has been closed out. Everyone that shows receipts, they share funny moments on those receipts, or they show repeat receipts so it can remind us of the things that happened and how far the truth has came. But no one is consistently. Everyone that's over here, whether we go on live and we speak on it or not, we all know that things have shifted, and at one point or another, we're trying to transition into something else slowly because we know Mr. LaTruth has been vindicated. So why would we want to smear you when this is already over? It's already done. Why are we trying to discourage you from speaking on this story? Why will we do that? What will we gain from that? And like I said earlier, out of all the people that go live, you are the least one to go live. So why would we want to drag you down? Why would we want to target you? And you're not a threat. And by that, I mean, you don't consistently come online. So there's no reason behind the madness. There's no reason to want to drag you when you're never online. And this story is pretty much over with. Now it's just daily stuff being updated and reported on. So why would people, out of all people, want to say, let's get Sweetma? We don't want her speaking on this. Who are we to tell you not to speak on this? You're not the only content creator speaking on this. You're not the only one to have full lives. That's not it anymore. It's other content creators that lives sometimes are more fuller than yours, and we're not plotting on them. So why would we plot on you? Make it make sense. And the people you should have that energy and smoke for, you're not bothered by them. You're not speaking out about it. You have Ashley. Ashley G is enemy number one now because of you. When we have more important things on this side that need to be discussed. And when Ashley went to court and that legal situation was taken care of, right? You should have made sure Ashley was comfortable enough over here to want to speak out. But instead, you rather make Ashley guilty by association. And it made me think, when I say you in your ego, it makes me feel like maybe you are. Are you bothered by Ashley? Is it the fact that you might have reached out to her privately and she didn't give you the exclusive? Is it the fact that the GOAT didn't have that interview, but you were the one that had the receipts from Mixed Styles? What is it about Ashley that makes your hair stand up? What is it about Ashley that makes you want to do a whole live and assess her and incriminate her? Why? What is it about this woman that bothers you that bad? I'm going to read a few comments and I'm going to continue on. Is everybody with me on here? Hit the thumbs up. Let's go. Good evening to everyone coming in. Please do your girl a favor. Hit that like button. You also could hit that Cash App up there. Show a little support. Greatly appreciated. This is not a slander. This is just getting some stuff off my chest and getting it off with quite a few people feel, but they're not going to say it. Let's make it make sense, people. Let's get it. You know what? Don't block Dark Destroyer. Let me put this up here. I'm not going to get upset when you say this, but I've heard this so much yesterday. And I'm just going to say, being jealous of someone is a very strong accusation to say. In order to be jealous of someone, you have to be envious of their life, who they are, and what they have. And I don't have to go off into anything about nothing. But there's no one on this God's green earth that I'm not jealous of, okay? And if someone having subs on YouTube will make me jealous, then I shouldn't be on here. Anybody can get there with hard work and dedication. I will get there. I have no reason to be jealous of her or any other content creator. No jealousy flows through this body over here. When you speak up and you speak facts and you point things out, you have to be jealous. Well, it ends here. It ends here. When I'm speaking my mind and I'm expressing how I feel about this situation, such as she has, about a couple of people, that does not mean they're jealous. They're saying their truth, just like she says her truth. Nobody has to be jealous of anyone when they're keeping it real. That's what people's problem is. They're shunned for telling the truth. They're shunned for keeping it real. They're shunned for speaking and expressing how they feel. That's not cool. I'm going to read a couple more comments and I'm going to keep going. Yes, Jared. Thank you. And speaking of shunned for keeping it real, the sad part is we had a couple of men. Shout out to Jared, Media 101. If you don't know who he is, please subscribe to the brother. He keeps it real. I want to encourage him to keep doing his content, as well as my brother D Ham. D Ham is really like my brother, y'all. I know I get on his nerves. I'm the annoying little sister. But I will say this. He always tries to see and will find the good out of the bad. And both of these brothers are coming together, as well as a couple of other brothers that have started to speak out and came forward in regards to this story and a lot more other things. But please make sure, mind your DM business and Media 101. Please sure you subscribe to these fellas. They're coming together with a podcast. Ladies, and I'm speaking to the real woman, they're speaking on things we need to know in regards to a man, how to keep a man, and so on. And what better way to find out than speaking to the man itself? So I want to tell you guys to keep doing the good job that you're doing. Keep up the good work. You guys have the talent. Just continue to move forward. I'm proud of you, man. And Jared, you was about to fall off the wagon, and I saw that. I said, oh, no, you're not going nowhere. Keep going, brother. We here. We support you. And I want to also read a couple more, and then Ashley D is going to continue on. Shout out to my sis Retta as well. She's starting to come back. I'm proud of you, sis. You tell it like it is. We real life sisters, because we bump heads, and boy, we can go in on each other, but we can be back laughing and talking, because that's what a real friend is. I admire you in more ways than you know, your strength, and you encourage me to continue to go forward, even when I'm not my best. You always see the best in people. And I appreciate that, Retta. I love you, girl. And please support my girl Retta channel if you haven't. Boiling Tea with Amber, as well as her sister Alexis. Shout out to them. I appreciate you, Amber. We definitely came a long ways. But we here, girl. Let's do this. I got you. Now, few more comments, and then Ashley D is going to continue on. SM could have came up with all of y'all, but she chose not to. She's the one who wants to stay by herself. The rest of y'all came together and break down this story and standing strong. Facts. Sabrina Ashley D, facts. And it's the thing, you guys. Nobody has pinned this girl back to the wall. Nobody has tried to isolate, never not tried to include her in anything. And shout out to Upper as well. Keep doing you, Upper. You rock. I no words said there. Mic drop. And this is the thing. It's suspicious for her to come out with the recordings today and then to blame Ashley. She definitely talking to the other person. Facts. Facts. And this is the thing, you guys. You guys have challenged me, good and bad. I have been yelled at in my messenger for making decisions that wasn't of this person liking. At the end of the day, we all hold ourselves accountable for the things we do. We're adults, right? When we decide to be a content creator and we come forward, we're all deciding to put out information. And when that information is not accurate, or when we stumble and do something wrong and it's publicly wrong, it should be publicly acknowledged. And for TC Chronicle to say You deal with it on the back end. That says a lot about your character and who you are and what you stand for. And for you to make a joke about me, make a joke about me when you're looking like a roach, when you're looking like, I can't even name a bug, a foreign bug. You looking like a crawfish. That's an insult to me. Don't ever come for me, TC Chronicles. Please. I'm not even going to say no more about you. And you can say it's up and it's stuck. It is what it is, TC. You only are a loyal fan out supporter of Sweetma. I'm going to say it. The second I got into it with other people and she saw I rock with Sweetma, you immediately came, I F with you the long way, girl. I support you the long way. The second we fell out, you didn't say, what's the problem, Ashley? What happened? Let me talk to Sweetma. No, you disappeared. You're a fanned out girl. And this is mild and a little bit of medium today. I haven't really gotten into what I really want to say because it's not that serious. I'm not going to travel back in time and go there about that, but I'm going to finish on these notes and then I will exit stage left. Okay? And this is the difference between Sweetma, me, Retta, and Amber. And in some of these things, I'm going to have to include all of us together since she put all of us together. Okay? And if you're coming in, I'll read a couple of the comments later. But now it's time to just listen. Okay? We never stayed off a lie on your neck. Let's keep it a buck. The difference between you and Lionya and us, we never stopped speaking how we felt about this woman. Yes, we talked to Nate, but guess what? You are the one that messages was leaked when you decided to say something about Lionya. You went away for a while. When you came back, you started saying you're not biased, you're a fair person, right? You said a few things about Mr. LaTruth, and then you said some things about Lionya. And it made me say, what's with the change now? I wasn't quite sure yet, but we got to roll with it because you are, Sweet Mom, 43,000 subscribers, the GOAT. So if you decide to change the way you're doing things, it is what it is. But when you came back, you had a different kind of energy. You spoke on Mr. LaTruth, private part showing out of his pants, his print showing, right? But then you said, when it comes to Lionya and LaTruth, we let him get away with stuff. For one, right there itself, you walking away with the story. You have Bible Thumper over there saying people are bullying. People only made fun of Lionya and they crossed over to that because they were bullying Robert. You can't say we're bullying this woman without speaking the whole truth. Where did this start from? If they're taking pictures of this man at the worst time of his life, fighting cancer, and they're calling him Little Bill, if they're bashing his looks, if they're spreading private part pictures of him online, how are we being biased when we continue to crack back? That energy only was reciprocated. She came with that smoke first. Nobody over here came with that until she decided to do that. We kept it on the facts. We kept it on the storyline. But you, however, you came back with, now all of a sudden we're being biased. Now all of a sudden you want to point out, if we saying Anya dress a certain way, why we not holding LaTruth at that same standard? Well, let's be real, okay? A man can't control how his print shows and pokes out through their pants, right? unless they got on some tight skinny jeans. And you still can't control that if you're wearing the right size and that's the style of the jeans. So why do you feel it necessary when you come back all of a sudden and you decide to halfway tell a story when it comes to Lionya? We need to start pointing out things about Mr. LaTruth as well and hold him accountable. Okay, so he shouldn't wear gray pants because he has a print, but yet, like Anya, a woman, a full grown woman, a mother of four, decides to put on a turquoise outfit that's hugging the tight of her camel. Everybody sees it. You cannot get out of the car without having a wedgie. It's clear as day she dressed like this purposely. And she had no problem wearing that. And it was over sexualizing herself, period. But you want to compare that to this man dressing and his print showing up here and there. There's no comparison. And why now the change? Why now are we all of a sudden comparing that? Things don't add up. You're the truth teller. And by now, when all these things occurred, this suspicious activity was going on, you would think the lawyer inside of you would get down to the bottom of it. Or the lawyer inside of you would not incriminate yourself and talk to someone that could possibly be recording you. What happened to those thoughts and those red flags that you speak on? Why didn't they come up during the times that were needed? Make it make sense, people. But now we're back comparing prints, right? That because that should matter with this story. Amber, I could be wrong, but I haven't heard speak on Janelle either. After all he's done, now we know the others don't. People, facts. We are all the Trump supporters in this live. Oh ha, facts. And okay, Red, she act like a kid. She has a child mind and she's evil with she's gonna be at home all her life and she doesn't know how to be her own person. She's the okay, I want to speak on, I want to say that. But I'm gonna say this. Exactly. Why all of a sudden the change? Why all of a sudden instead of us integrating Ashley G, why are we not sticking to the script? Why are we not speaking on these DV accusations? Why haven't we broke down these receipts that Don has released? You were the original receipt queen, right? You're the GOAT. Why aren't the things that are not mild being spoken on and the things that should not matter are being brought full front? Why would someone from our side throw a curveball when it's time for Ashley to speak? Slowly. But don't forget now, she signed a paper. She's lawyered up. She only can speak just enough, just a little bit to defend herself. But now you think that this is the time more than anything to start planting seeds in your 700, 1,000 when it comes to this story, probably more supporters' mind. So when now Ashley is able to speak, after court's done, the lawyer tells her it's okay. Those seeds are already going to be planted. Those seeds are already growing because you done planted doubt in Mr. LaTruth supporters' minds already. Not only just from Ashley, but now we're going to doubt Don, his sister. And if they trust her enough to rock with her, if they trust her enough to go forward, to come on panels, to take her in, who are we, Sweetma, to say she's still a liar? Who are we to say that she's not credible? You cannot make this stuff up, people. Why would we, at a time like this, when accusations come out about Mr. Ed, think the most important thing now is to start pointing out that Ashley's a liar, pointing out that Don's not credible, because you're upset because Don does not forgive you with the thing that you got caught sneaking and geeking. It was released. You're that upset to the point where now we're going to prove that Don's not credible. And then you go to the extreme of calling her out of her name. And then you always stress that Toya's your favorite, but in that audio, it clearly said you don't want Toya, your favorite, or even Don, to have your number. Why did they call you? Ew. What's really going on here? And we're gonna hold ourselves accountable, right? So we're gonna start keeping it real. Let's be real up in here today. Come on now, people. All of this stuff came out when the things was released about you, and now that side is hush, that side is barbecuing. They're celebrating off of you giving them a victory because you're the one with the keen eye. You're the one that wants to point out that Ashley is a liar, and you're the one that's saying Don's not credible. This is our own people here, you guys. Listen to what I'm saying. This is our own people that is giving these people a victory lap. Make it make sense. I'm weak at this sweet and sour name. Ever? Anybody have any questions they want me to read out loud? But this is crazy. This is mind-boggling. Everybody can take a break. I'm still here real quick. You want to go use the bathroom? You want to go grab a snack? Do what you do. Alexis is going live at 7:30. Sour been on YouTube about 16 years and only did about 4 contents. If she was smart, she would be on Tasha K level. That shows you who she is. She don't know nothing. If she did, she would have been farther than that. Okay. This is and you know what? I'm going to try less as possible to say things that might offend someone, but I'm keeping it real, okay? If that's what I'm going to do more than anything right now is give my opinion on the current event and the things that has transpired and unfolded. This is a truth teller. The truth teller feel like right now at this crucial moment where everything is coming to an end, that is necessary to point out these things about people that have came over here that should have been welcomed in and gave the same grace that she has given mixed styles, but instead they get the boot. And she has the biggest platform that is speaking on this when it comes to this story. Instead of your voice being heard, your voice matters. And you know that. And your voice is being used to tear 2 people down before they even get started. And the sad part is, people brought up their channel and what they're trying to do. They have every right, as well as us, just like we have, to profit off of this story and their pain. Why not? You don't think they should have a channel? You don't think that one day they want to do something with that channel? They want to grow it? They want to be a content creator? They should have that right to. Because they was cool with like Anya, they shouldn't. Who are we to say they can't? Come on, people. They're stunned for standing up on a high ranking demon. Facts. Facts, Em. When Claudel got exposed the next day, she goes live and attacks Kevin. I thought she was on the other side since then. Boom. Boom. I didn't pick that up, Kim. I didn't pick that up. Exactly. I'm so glad my circumstance is smaller and I would never deal with that foolishness. Let's not forget she was defending Brianna at first. Please don't forget that. Ooh, child. Let me have a sip of my Red Bull and I am going to carry on. If everybody hear me and they open-minded and they with me in this comment section so I can continue on, hit that thumbs up. If you with me right now, hit that thumbs up. And that's the difference between us, and that's what looks suspect on your end. Like I stated, we never stayed off like on your necks. Whether we spoke with anybody, we still continue to speak how we felt about Lionya. We didn't switch up. We didn't loosen that rope up. You, on the other hand, you started to say fair is fair right at the very end. And that had me scratching my head. Why all of a sudden fair is fair? You would think in the beginning when you actually was on her side and you decided to switch over when you realized Mr. LaTruth was telling the truth, since you was both on both sides at one point or another, that in that very beginning, you would have established immediately with your supporters that we're not going to just be biased. I was on both of their side. We're going to look at this from a fair perspective, from a fair point of view. We're going to say if Robert does this, it's not okay for Lionya to get away doing it. That's what you should have established in the beginning if that's what you really were trying to do. But instead, you established this at the very end. So those are one of those situations, like my supporter said, don't forget that you was 10 toes down for Brianna in the beginning. So this is one of those moments and things that make you go, right? And she wouldn't say anything about that conversation. And that's what blew me. We spoke on that already. When she wasn't too much so, even after she was exposed, right? You came forward and you said that morning that, and then it might have been afternoon, that your phone was dead. If I'm going to expose that conversation, I'm going to expose it on my part. Since they want to expose it, I'm going to do it. So you did a video and you said you were going to expose that conversation. And then you went on and on and on. And then throughout that conversation, you said your phone was going dead, right? So I'm thinking, why would she get online with her phone going dead when she knows that people have been waiting for her to tell her side? Whether it was revealing who that person was, because you said you know who that person was, right? Or it was you revealing the whole part of the conversation. You would think that's what you would do. That was the point of that video, right? Wrong. You said, I'm going to expose the conversation. I'm going to tell my truth, blah, blah, blah. But my phone is going dead. Oh, yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. That was good. Thank you. And then you don't go live that night. And the next day you go live talking about something completely different. I said, OMG, I am lost in the sauce. Your audio was exposed. You said if anybody was going to expose you, it was going to be you. And then the next day, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when you came for Ashley G. You might have either came for Ashley D or you went off on Don, one of the two, but it went left quick. So I knew after that, wasn't no videos, wasn't no audio of you in that conversation gonna take place. And for dang on sure, it don't take that long to expose a name when you knew who you were talking to. You cannot tell me that a full grown woman, as intelligent as you are, with a keen eye, that says they can pass a bar, is just going to have a conversation with a random person and feel like you're safe and you can vent. That's not going to happen. That's not your style. So I'm thinking when you decided to do that video, you were going to expose something, but you did absolutely nothing. And then you decided to get online, mysteriously, while your phone was going dead. I was like, wow, she didn't charge her phone up through the night. It's still early. But okay. So that took place. That went left quick. And then, and excuse me for a second, I'm, making sure I get this correctly because I don't want to miss anything. So, as I explained earlier, if you do not know, I wrote a couple of things down because I want to make sure I'm matter of fact. Give me one moment. If I disappear, I'll come back in. And this is a thing. You can you guys hear me? What do me asking for a cash app, asking for a contribution have to do with anything? Okay, that's what we're gonna do, right? You asked for a cash app for your friend who lost her purse on your way home from the club. So you went to the club, she lost her purse, but you both had to pay your way. So how did she get in there? How did she get in there? How did your friend get in there? You think your supporters are your Uber ride, right? You say you don't have a car, and that's been your story for quite some time. But that's not your supporters' job to fund your Uber rides. Likes to deflect people away from what the subject is at hand. But, I'm going to make sure I get across what is necessary and what needs to be said. But I'm going to say this out of all people, Sweet Week. You think it's funny for me asking my supporters to support my channel? I come on every day. You come on once a year like Christmas. And you think that me being on here for hours, me impersonating other people, me bringing laughter to people, and my people not showing me that support is funny to you? Your people show you support out of pity. I would rather point out the great qualities in me instead of get online and point out the depressing stories about me. Get online and be depressed forever, but not do any damn thing about it. Not get up and go to the doctor and try to figure out what the problem is. We're all depressed. I've lost a sister that I buried, that I looked in the eye, that I saw no life for. But I don't get online and tell you guys and go in depth about how I feel. I don't get online and tell you guys last night I didn't sleep all night because I thought about her being cold or hot. I don't do that. I don't get sympathy cash apps. I don't make it as though I'm a dang on victim. I don't come online and victim blame everyone for my downfall. I don't blame everyone for my mistakes. I own up to it. I don't get online and beg and drive out to the shoe store and look at an $800 pair of shoes and say, hey, you guys, I'm out here with my son who I gave birth to, who I'm solely responsible for. Whether the dad is there or not, I still have to be the mom. I can't look around in my house and say, I'm alone. It's just me. It doesn't matter if it's just you. You still have to own up and be a mom. Your dad needs you to come get the stuff. You can't get in the driveway, and I can't go outside. Get what stuff? Can you have him get it? Please? He knows here. Sorry, you guys. We're trying to get something and I'm online. I am a mother regardless. Things in my household will get done regardless. And for someone to think it's funny because they have nothing else to speak on because they're getting called out on about the F stuff that they do, that it's a joke to laugh and make fun of me asking for contributions. Should I say I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing to everybody give me a cash app right now? Maybe I should do that. But guess what? That person over there continues to beg all the time. I'm trying to get used to my people being generous when they can and giving me the support. It's like a job, something she's allergic to. When you work 8 hours a day, when you work a double shift and you decide to come online, you do it from the goodness of your heart. You do it because you build genuine relationships online with people. You look forward to the same names and the people entering in your chat. You look forward to your supporters telling you they laughed through a whole workday. And that means the world to you. And for someone like me that is not used to asking for things, because I've never had to, but I have to treat YouTube when it comes to spending time on here and away from my significant other, my child, as well as my family and friends, like it's a job. When I'm on here 8 hours a day, when I'm on different panels and things like that, I have to treat it like my value is worth something. So yes, I have to get used to asking for that same support. And it offends me when someone who doesn't care enough about their supporters come online once a year and they get flooded with all this support and things like that out of pity, out of I'm feeling bad for you. Thank you, Tamika Woodland, for the super chat. For the cash app, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you, Love Bug. And thank you for the super sticker, Brady Davis, sis. I appreciate it. But this not me even trying to ask right now, you guys. But I am feeling kind of salty because they're making fun of that. You understand what I'm saying? They're making fun of me pointing out my qualities. I could get on here like she does and tell the world I'm a loser. And tell the world how the world has failed me. And everything that's going wrong in my life is my fault. I could get on here and say that. But I'd rather be motivational and uplifting and encouraging. I'd rather inspire people. I'd rather make people laugh instead of putting a negative energy over them because they feel sorry for me. So don't you dare come for me when it comes to me trying to figure out a way to get the support from my people that I well over deserve. I've been online for 2 hours and 19 minutes. But I'm not gonna that girl, what else she has to do? Let's laugh at Ashley for asking for support on her cash apps and she's just not like me. She's not begging. I don't beg. When do I beg? Matter of fact, her same line. Let me put my thing up here. Let me do it. I've been online all this time and I have not put my thing on here. Let me put it up here. They say I don't beg and I beg. Let me put it up here. You see it up there, right? Support my Uber rides if you want to. Go ahead. Pay for my Uber rides. Girl, get out of here with that. Anybody want to go back to the T, hit the thumbs up. And not the T. This is just me expressing what it is. One thing about Ashley D, I've made mistakes. I've came forward. I admitted to being wrong. I've talked S about people when I was not cool with them. Not wow, when I wasn't. Do I regret that? Yes. Can I change it? No. Will I ever do that again? Even though I wasn't cool with them, I still regret doing that. And that's a lesson for everybody. When you get cool with people and you fall out with them, don't talk about them. Because you're going to get back cool with them, then you're going to feel bad for talking about them. Now, let me hurry up because in 30 minutes, Alexis is going live. Drop the link, Ashley. Who trying to come up, boo? Let me hurry up so if someone wants to come up, they can. Who trying to come up, tit for tat? Sweetma did the same thing, and she takes accountability, but it's never enough. Nicole, when has she taken accountability besides blaming everybody else and having her people on the panel co-sign for her? She's never taken accountability. She's always reflected. She's always put it on someone else. And then the whole story gets shifted after that. How are we prosecuting Ashley? Because she didn't interview her? Or because Nate shined a light on her? Or because Brianna supporters started coming for her and releasing her voice notes? She said she knew who it was, and then she said she didn't. But then she releases a week A voice note where the other messages mysteriously disappeared when she said at first, when she had days ago to say she never had them or they disappeared. She never said that. She said, I'm going to release them. But yeah, here we are today, and other people are taking accountability for that. And she's laughing over there about me asking for contributions from my supporters that come online and tune into me every day. She don't come online every day. It's always about her. Let me finish reading this stuff. She can laugh all she wants to. Laugh now, cry later. I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to continue to grow my channel. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So she can laugh all she wants. Laugh now, cry later. And TC Chronicle, you look like a damn roach. You shouldn't be laughing at nothing right now. Your eyes might pop out your damn head and roll on the floor. Looking like you done came out of Harlem Nights some damn well. Eyes cocked like a pistol. I'm going to drop the link in a moment. Who want me to drop the link? I'm going to drop it in a second. I'm going to get a couple of things off. What's this, baby? Oh, thank you. I'm going to get a couple of things off my chest before I drop the link, you guys. But I promise you I'm going to drop them. Sweetma definitely deflected. And guess what else? She had enough. Thank you, LaWanda. Shout out to LaWanda Phelps for that cash app. I appreciate it, sis. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for the support. She deflected. She switched this around on us prosecuting Ashley. Now, Amora and them are playing her lives and saying she's the realest one over here. And she think that we're blind, just like you supporters are. Lady, you blind. How can you be blind and you wear glasses? Wake up. Hey, Amila Anderson. Um, Okay, let me get done with this. We have the beehives. If we was in cahoots with like on your people, like a lot of other people are, the beehives never been in our chat unless they talking smack. When has the beehives been in support of our chat and agreeing with us? Let's keep it a buck. Never. You never see the beehives in here on behalf of saying something good or good job to me, keep it up. No, they're in here talking crazy. Okay, that's one of the things. Pointing out the alone on the panel. That's why I've been up here for a long time saying what I have to say with my chest out, because she always say people have to have these people on the panel, but yeah, here she is, low and high. Lempo, Lempo, where are you? You coming up? I dropped the link. You know, you guys have to start paying attention to what not only what people say, because they'll reveal who they truly are, but what they do. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that's one of the things. The other thing is she won't reveal who it was in that conversation. That's important. That's something that you guys need to really let sink in. She didn't tell us. She distinctly said, I know who that person was. I know who that was. As you should know who you're talking to. How can you not know who you having this conversation with? That's deep. You're expressing your feelings. You mean to tell me you just talking to someone out of the clear blue sky and you're sharing all these things with them while you're posting, don't trust everyone. They might do you how that girl did me. Don't do this, don't do that. And then we supposed to just accept some BS answer like, well, here I am again. I done it again. Yes, I know. Not only I allowed someone to manipulate, how is all these people manipulating a pure grown woman? Make it make sense. That's the role she plays. That is the role she plays. She's a master manipulator, but she likes to play the role of the dandle. What is it? Dandle in distress. She's the victim. She's the victim. But she has a village full of people over there supporting her. And the second you say no, your chat, sorry about that, y'all. I'm back. Are you here? If you can hear me, say yes. You can hear Ashley D say yes. Okay. Um, yep. And it wasn't from Brina, it was from Hive page. I'm getting ready to drop the link, you guys, okay? Give me 1 second. I just wanted to say this by myself. I don't want anyone else to have to be involved or attached to this, or she feel like I had to say this on a panel by myself. I'm getting ready to drop the link. Give me 2 minutes, and I'm getting ready to drop it maybe before that. And the thing is, did you break down mixed styles? Did you integrate mixed styles? No, mixed styles did not go through a full integration. She did not get the full treatment that Ashley got. We did not put her on the screen. We did not manipulate. I mean, not manipulate. We did not castrate mixed styles the way Ashley has been. We scalped Ashley over here before Ashley even had a clear chance to get through the door. Right away, mixed style is we're gonna just discredit Ashley. But her and mixed styles played the same role. And had we not known the role and the things Ashley's done, if Ashley did not come clean and tell us, Ashley could have denied and lied. But she came forward and she was honest about what she did, right? But she does not deserve to not only get slandered by Nate now, but slander by our side. What about reasonable doubt? Nobody said Ashley's perfect or she's not lying about some stuff. But golly, she's gonna be guilty forever by association. Haven't we all hung around someone that we realized their character was flawed and they wasn't the right person for us and we decided to move away, even if it ended badly? Do that mean that we're still a bad person, even though we done bad things and we realize they're wrong? And the thing that blows me is, keep in mind, this woman said, I have a lot of supporters. I have a lot of people supporting me. Yes, one thing you was right about, no denying, you are absolutely right. You have a lot of supporters. That is proof. They come over here and they're over there. You are absolutely right. So by you saying you have a lot of supporters, ma'am, you have a lot of people that are backing you up. Why would someone like you that has a million and some people you can talk to, and I'm just speaking, not in real life, but you have several options of people that you can reach out to, several ways and forms of communication that could have been communicated through fans, through supporters, through friends, through all these people you say you have close relationships with, right? Even the ones that are making mean girl videos for you, saying we're the mean girls. But the difference is, when I was going through hell, when me and you are no longer cool, no one made a video in my defense. No one came out and said Ashley is being bullied. But yet I was the one being bullied while calling a bully. Just like now, we're the ones speaking out. We're the ones from day one did not stop talking about Lyonya. We didn't switch up and say, well, Robert does this, Lyonya does that, hold him accountable too. We didn't switch up and try to even things out. Which nothing is wrong with that if that's the way you started in the beginning. It's just too much coincidental stuff going around that can't be talked about or asked or explained. How about that? It's too many coincidences. The math just not mathing, if you ask me. We kept going in on Lyonya. That's one thing never changed about us, but it did with you, right? You never called Nay out about anything, but yet you called Nate Amora, which everybody, started calling her Amora. But it's funny that you making a video about me asking for support. Why aren't you making a video about Nate saying that you was in cahoots with her? Where's that video at? You have yet made a video to defend yourself. But you've been making videos and going live about all the things lately that does not make sense. Why are you the one creating a distraction over here during this whole The Truth Saga? You the one came back with the distraction. It wasn't Ashley, it was you. Let's keep it real. You're the one that threw that ball and curved it, right? You're the one right now that's speaking on things that are irrelevant while Mr. LaTruth supporters are still standing strong, still over here, breaking down receipts, standing up for right and wrong, speaking on Mr. Ed, who put his hands on Lyonya, but you have yet to make a video speaking on that. Where's that video at? And just when we thought you were going to make a video speaking on that, because your voice, out of all the voices over here, is the one that will be heard the most, you're the one with 43 subs. So why aren't you speaking on anything that's relevant to this case? And then you turned around and said you even have evidence that is credible on you, but you have not yet released. And you want to leave this story alone. So if you don't want to go public about that information, you have Kevin number, you have Toya's as well as Don. And Don's not your best of friend now lately, but why do you feel as though it's important for you to still hold on to this evidence when this could possibly be something that is helpful for Robert in his court? You don't think you should hand over that evidence to Robert or reach out to Toya, your fave? Huh? You don't think you should do that? But in the middle of this story, you decide to say, well, at the end, technically, everybody wants to come at you. Everybody wants you to stop. You only come on once a week. You're the only one that's grabbing the money and running. You're just like the man on the movie who has the Mercedes, who puts on a bomb costume. He zips his coat up and he pretends to look homeless. And then collects the money and then hit that alarm and drive off in that Benz. That's you, baby. You are the quickest grabbing money person I've ever seen in my life. Make it make sense. You come on once a week. You come on with your low tone voice. You study say your name, son name throughout the videos. And your voice just sounds itself like you just sad all the time. And then you try to throw subliminals out there about you being depressed, about people speaking on this and saying that. You make sure you point out all those things so you could self-consciously put those in those people's mind while they continue to listen to you and your sad story or whatever it is that you're going to say. So they say, oh, we got to give to her. We just feel bad for her. Oh, she's having a crappy day. You can do the same thing that all of us out here that are mothers that have went through what you're going through, that are still going through what you're going through, add some grief onto that. Add grief onto depression. What kind of combination you get? But we're not even going to go there today. The only reason I reached back is you want to talk about me and Cash Apps. But I'm sure you're going to hit the scene and make sure that is pinned down below. You're going to find a way to bring that up or say I'm making fun of you so you can slip that in there so your people feel bad for you. But I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. Keep on playing my audio. Keep on conning your people. You're just like a fake church. Let me continue on. You're the only one that's trying to grab the money over there, if you ask me. It's not nothing but a money grab. If you're not consistently putting out content on this story, if you're not consistently reporting on this, right? But you come on once a week and you stay on for 7 hours and you're no longer speaking on anything that's of any importance when it comes to this story. You're not speaking on Mr. Ed spitting on this woman. You're not speaking on the marks on her neck. You're not speaking on those receipts that clearly showed she was not a good mom. She was not around her kids. You're not speaking on anything of any importance, Mrs. Truth Teller. So what are you doing? What are you in it for? What are you speaking on this story for? And then you say, we want you to stop speaking on it. You're not even speaking on it. You're going around it. Maybe if you really spoke up about it and you was consistent with it, if not for us, because we're not your supporters, at least do it for your supporters. You always say, I'm going to be done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You want your supporters to continue to beg you. You treat your supporters like they're your personal ATM. You really do. Who just goes to a clothing store and says, hey, auntie and uncles, I'm at the store. If you guys want to donate, feel free to do so. Who says, I'm going to make a wish list? Not for his birthday, not for Christmas. You bold with yours, boo-boo, but it's your world. We just in it. This woman says, I'm going to make a wish list. And she had the nerves to make fun of me. Let this sink in, y'all. This lady said, I'm going to make a wish list. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think about all the things that my son needs that I'm supposed to take care of as his mother that already supposed to be met. And she said basic. So that means soap. That means underwear. That means socks. That means old dogs. That means shirts. That means pants. That means the basic needs of a child, right? That we supposed to be able to take care of, huh? She said, I'm going to write that stuff down and I'm going to turn it into a wish list. And then I'm going to say poof. And I'm going to put it online. Then all my brainwashed supporters, they're going to say, oh, let me send $20. Let me get nephew this. Let me donate $10. I'm sorry, sweetie. I couldn't give that much this week, but I'm going to make sure I give him something next week. Hey, I was just thinking of you. I know you're sad and you're lonely. This girl was at the club. Think, people, when she went off on me, she was at the club living it up. She wasn't too depressed that day. She got out. And she said the cab cost $200. And the funny thing is, right? I was thinking she was with her friend, right? And she said, hold on, watch this for a second. Watch this, y'all. Watch how my supporters is. I'm going to cuss Ashley D out. And in the midst of me going off on Ashley D, dropping the T, I'm going to tell them I need some money to get home. And they going to pay it because they going to want to hear drama. They going to want me to go home to continue bashing this girl. So I'm going to tell them I need money for the cab. Watch this, girl. Boop. And there you have it. Just that easy. And you are absolutely right. Drama sells. And she knows that. She are a 15-year veteran. She is the GOAT of YouTube. She is the queen of drama. She is the queen of chaos. She is the magician of creating magic. Now you see it, and now you don't. Now I'm going to show you something and drop a name, and boop, now I decide not to. Now I'm going to talk about this, and now I'm going to drag Ashley G. Now I am going to throw these people in there, and now they're going to think this way, and now I'm going to change their mind to think about this. Y'all act like she was dropping jewels this morning on y'all. Ooh, whose voice is this? Whose voice is that? Wait a minute, it sounds like Ashley. Make it make sense, people. What are you talking about? This is Ashley D, the content creator. My red flags are going off. Woo, 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 sirens. Where are you at? Get in your mind. Why are we blaming this on Ashley G? So Ashley and G and Amber conspired to come together to think that Sweetma is the weakest link, right? Out of all the content creators, they say, oh, let's get together and try to trick Sweetma. Like, this is crazy. You think that I think my people that dislike me, they're all going to come together to conspire against me when I'm barely online. They don't love you like that, sweetie. You're the GOAT in certain people's eyes, but I just hate to tell you, everybody doesn't feel that way. But that's okay. That doesn't mean you're not a great content creator. You do a good job at what you do. To me, you're a magician. You do a heck of a job. Now you see it, now you don't. Now I'm going to talk about it, now I'm not. Now I'm going to blame this person, now I'm not. Woo. Um, because all that is pulled today, have me wishing I had a panel. I'm gonna let you guys up. Um, I was in the chat with Sweetie. I spoke in the chat about how I felt about all this. Even thought I've always been 10 toes down. I was told I couldn't leave the chat. I could leave the chat. I was like, wow, because I didn't agree. And that's exactly what I said. Hey, Retta and Am and Alexis in the chat, Egyptian. I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody wanna come up? I think I've said a lot things to make you go, hmm. You're absolutely right. She was trying to show off for her friend. She was at the club and needed a $200 Uber. Come on, you guys. Out of all the money that she's getting from you guys, right? Couldn't she have bought a car by then? I mean, you in a situation to where you can save. $200 Uber is pretty wow. And it makes me, what if the girl was down the street? She done got $200 from her people. She talk about me. You asked for a $200 Uber. That's pretty, that, in the midst of you going off on me. You know that song, I Ain't Too Proud to Beg? She wrote that song. Y'all didn't know that. See, you learn something new every day. You learn something new every freaking day. She's making fun of me, of telling my people to support me, but she's not too proud to beg. I said everything I think I needed to say on this paper. Super fly. They're not super fan. Their name has been changed to super fly. Okay? That's their name now, super fly. And now they're agreeing with her, making past videos in honor of her breaking Ashley G. But yet you'll never come for Amora. We know she never came for Amora. Next, yep. But now we supposed to believe Amora all of a sudden, right? Amora has always been a liar. But when it comes to clearing her name, Amora is absolutely right. Don't believe nothing Amora says. She's not credible. Don't believe anything. But if Amora says she did not talk to Sweetma, you best to believe her. Let me drop this link real quick. Dropping a link. Let me see what else. Bree Hive never in our chat unless they going off on us. Talked about the recordings. I talked still on like on your neck that we are. And she wouldn't tell the name in the conversation. That she didn't do. Let me highlight that so I can explain something. I live comfortably in the home with my mom, a 5-bedroom, 2-bath. Let that sink in. That's 2 extra guest rooms, full basement. Okay? Everybody has their own car. My significant other owns several houses. Okay? We're not living together because we're in different cities right now. In the summertime, he will be moving over here and we will be purchasing a home together. My mother is not married. My sister passed away. So the best thing for me and all of us right now is for all us to live together, to be there for one another. Do I want my mom staying on her own? Not that I owe you an explanation, but no. So when people speak on a living situation, there ain't no damn situation. I got my own room. and it's extra space for everybody else. So what we talking about? Come on, let's go. Nah, don't go there now. Come on now, y'all. Now they are agreeing with you, making okay. We already talked about that. I'm just looking at the notes. I let anyone. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. Anyone that would like to come up, they can. Nate is lying about everything. She is probably did say she talked to Sweetma, but now it's lying about it to blame Ashley because she is after Ashley. She is absolutely after Ashley, and people need to pick what they think is right and what they think wrong and stand on it. If Nate is a liar and she can't be trusted, why do we believe her now? She has stated several times in the past publicly on her panel, whether she hinted or she said it, that she's talked to Sweetma and Sweetma been wanting to break away from this story. But she hasn't because a lot of her Robert supporters are here and they will be upset with her. So she been wanting to change her tune. So now we believe Amora. Okay. Now I dropped the link. If someone want to come up, they have something to say, feel free to do so. Let me see. You gotta be brief though. Alexis is going live shortly. I'm looking through my paperwork and I'm making sure I've said what needs to be said. Now they are agreeing, making okay. Why do I keep running across that? Now we focus on Ashley and you are being protected by the bees. The bees are definitely now sharing Sweetma stuff. She could say what she want to say, but at the end of the day, why would the bees be agreeing with you? And 2 weeks ago, the bees released your audio. The bees released your audio of your secret conversation. And they even said, if you don't believe that was recent, we have more. They even went out of their way to bring up the fact that Lupac cooking was talking about cooking or something. So they basically was saying how recent that was. How would Sweetma have known about that if it was old, right? That was recent. She didn't own it and nobody forgave her for it. She never held herself accountable and neither did her people. Now, this is where we are today. We're holding Ashley accountable in her life hostage over her past due to a content creator over here that cannot take accountability for nothing. Then we have Superfly looking like an ant, a roach, a crawfish sitting on the panel over there, eyes bulging out, defending her and attacking other people. She's talking about people's voice, but I would rather my voice any day than to look like a dried up roach and not the one you put up to your mouth and smoke. Accountability is different privately than holding somebody accountable for their actions publicly. If you telling someone privately you did something wrong, you messed up, and it was something that they did publicly on their platform, then they should be just as eager to admit that they're wrong as a leader, to come forward so your people can see that you're not perfect and you make mistakes as well. But you don't want to do that. The longer your people keep yes man and agreeing with you and coming on the panel and trying to pretend and have you thinking, which you know deep down inside it's not true, that everyone is jealous of you, everyone is coming after you because we don't want you to no longer speak on this story. You only speak on this story once a year, every Christmas, sometimes on Easter, Why would we care if you speak on this? You don't really speak on it. And when you do, it's not in the best interest of Mr. LaTruth. We still waiting on you to vindicate this whole situation in Sweetma fashion. We still waiting on you to speak on abuse accusations. We still waiting on you to speak on the spit scene. We still waiting on you to reveal the name of your source of the person who mysteriously tricked you out of your true feelings, should I say. Okay? Until that person holds themselves accountable for the things that they did, stuff like this will continue to go on. It will always be a divide. And that divide did not come from Retta, Ashley, nor Amber. We didn't divide this. She decided for the divide to be there. She decided to continue to be upset and be angry with people behind their backs when they thought the beef was squashed, when they thought there was no more problem. When she came on my panel, even though we didn't talk behind the scenes, it was left alone. I was relieved the fact that this lady didn't continue to speak on me every video about them damn voice things that I did not record, that I released. We both apologized for that, and it was done and over with. So I thought. But now here we are today. Until you can hold yourself accountable and admit when you wrong instead of halfway doing it. Look. See, I apologized to Dawn when she came on there and she said, when she came to my panel, I apologize. So don't say I don't know how to hold myself accountable. You don't. You was bagged into the corner, sweetie. You was bagged into the corner. You didn't have a choice. You lied. And you were basically kind of confronted. So that left you no choice to say, yeah, I did it. My bad. I'm sorry. That's it. That it's just that easy. And the way Dawn is, she would have forgave you eventually. But even if she didn't, that was her right and her prerogative. You guys don't think it's crazy? This is LaTruth's sister that this lady is going in on bashing. This is crazy. This is this man's sister. He forgave her. Kevin forgave her. Toya done been on the panel with her plenty of times. But this GOAT supporter decides to bash her, drag her, and judge her over the same stuff she's done. She decides to highlight Don jokingly speaking on a one-night stand. Well, she's done that before, too. She made a whole post about it. You know, stop being a hypocrite and own up to the things you're doing. And in your personal life, you will see things slowly start to change around for you. And no, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I can admit that. And you need to start doing the same. If you call yourself the GOAT, goats make mistakes too. Goats are not untouchable. You learn from those mistakes. And you need to surround yourself with genuine people that care about you. And that's not just yes men. Yes, fellas. Because it's a bunch of fellas over there, you ask me. Maybe that's why they so, nice. Maybe the guy's attracted to you. That's what's going on. I see now. Okay. You have picked a side. You came on telling people. Oh, we already spoke on you having your supporters afraid to speak their truth. Lady just came in here and you told her to get out because she did not agree with you. I think that you need to stop contradicting yourself. Stop treating your supporters like they're doormats when those are the same people that love on you when you're having a sad day, that pay for your Uber rides like you're a celebrity, a $200 Uber ride. If your friend couldn't pay that, you should have had a way to pay it. How are you at the club mysteriously living it up, having a good time. But oops, your friend out of all the time decide to lose her wallet, and yet here you are pleading the case. Why couldn't your friend call a friend of a friend? Why couldn't your friend call her boyfriend? Why did you feel it to be your place and it necessary for you to get online and ask your supporters to pay for an Uber ride that had absolutely nothing to do with you? You didn't put in work that day. You didn't put in service. You didn't put in hours of being online. You just got online no more than 5 minutes. And I would say dry begging, but it wasn't dry begging. You was begging and you was bold with it. You felt like your supporters are obligated to do stuff for you. And they're not. They got a job. And I don't know what you want to call this video. If you want to say it's tough love, then take it how you want to take it. But it just blows my mind how you've been getting away with the things that you've been doing for years and nobody has been calling you out on it. And then you decide to make fun of me today and talk about me trying to be comfortable enough to have my supporters support me. So, yes, we're going to speak on entitlement. You have felt entitled through this whole LaTruth situation that's jumped off and occurred. Nothing but entitlement. From other content creators to you being upset with Ashley for not reaching out to you, for her deciding to go to Amber, to now we're at this point now. Okay? Let me make sure I got a few more little notes. Nobody wanted to come up, and that's cool, because I could stand in my own. I guess she's going to make fun of that later. Oh, my God, no one wanted to come up. Tit for tat, do you know who the person was that asked me to drop the link? Yes, a $200 Uber, and they paid for it. Like the entitlement that was, you're going to pay for a $200 Uber, but let your child come to you regular and ask you for $200. Don't do $200 for somebody if you're not going to do it for your own kids. Now, let's keep it a buck. She's not anybody's kid. That's somebody's mother over there that needs to stand up and take accountability and own up to the things that she has done. Period. And that's what the word accountability means, okay? Let me see if there's anything else. You are being protected. Oh, we spoke on the yes men situation. It's not gonna get better as long as you continue to have yes men around you. That's not a friend. When people continue to agree with you about everything, they're leading and guiding you down a road of destruction. And if you're going through the things that you say you're going through, you need your real friends to encourage you to do something about it now. It's time for you to get up and start making things happen for yourself. Life too short. But me personally, I think that you do have a life. I think that YouTube is one thing to you, and that's how you treat it, and your life outside of YouTube is completely different. But that's just my opinion. Um, Let me see. I got that. I spoke on you breaking, but yet never come for or we spoke on you never came for a moral yet. We danced around that. You came for everybody but a moral. Everybody but a moral. Everybody was sought out, but the main person that kept your name in your mouth. And for the love, life in me, I can't figure out. Well, I know why, but I can't understand why your people have not asked that question yet. Why hasn't Amora been came for yet? This is the person who has told 5 people from this side who do not know each other personally, have not spoken over the phone, has not seen each other, that she is in cahoots as well as Lampo with the other side. And, That's just what it is. And that second name wasn't used in a malicious way, but you said my name, you take it how you want to take it. It is what it is at this point. I don't care. Let me see. But instead of everybody kissing butt like they do, they need to be a real friend and tell you to grow up, stop thinking that the world is against you, and own up to your stuff, and stop blaming everyone for everything. Oh, Alexis is live. Anyone have any last final words to say? Alexis live. See you, Ashley. Peace. Yep. Alexis is live, you guys. Go over to Alexis' channel. I appreciate each and every one of you joining in. Sorry for my raspy voice, my breathing. I'm slowly healing from COVID. Thank you for the love and support. Please smash that like on your way out. Thank you for them cash apps. It is greatly appreciated. I love you all. Take care.